Was Mars actually a blue planet like Earth back in the day? Did its rivers straight up vanish overnight, or did they slowly dry up over time? And where on Earth did its super thick atmosphere completely disappear to? Scientists are literally tossing out so many questions about the red planet, and the answers are totally hidden right there in its rocks and frozen soil. Like, for instance, 4.2 billion years ago, Mars was completely different. It was spinning on its axis at a speed super similar to Earth, so its seasons and days were totally organized. Plus, its atmosphere was packed with carbon dioxide gas at just the right pressure to literally make liquid water flow right on its surface. This water was seriously not just some tiny little puddles, because estimates actually show that a whole ocean covered almost a third of the entire planet. Like massive, long rivers were cascading down from volcanic highlands, pouring straight into deep basins to form huge inland seas. And that water totally left behind clay minerals that are literally still sitting there today. And the whole reason this water actually stuck around was all thanks to Mars's super strong magnetic field. This invisible shield straight up came from the movement of molten iron deep inside the planet's core. It was literally deflecting those charged particles blasting from the sun, totally protecting the atmosphere from getting blown away into space. But then, around 4 billion years ago, Mars's core started cooling down big time. This cooling totally caused the molten iron to solidify, which completely shut down the convection currents that were generating the magnetic field. As a direct result of that, the protective shield straight up vanished in less than 500 million years. So the second that magnetic field vanished, the atmosphere was left totally exposed like a wall with absolutely no guard. That is when the solar wind, which is this crazy stream of charged particles blasting at a whopping 1 million kilometers per hour, started ripping away light gases like hydrogen and completely launching them into deep space. This relentless attack kept going for hundreds of millions of years, totally crashing the atmospheric pressure to less than 1% of Earth's. And National Aeronautics and Space Administration's MAVEN spacecraft actually revealed that Mars is currently losing about 100 grams of its atmosphere every single second. So yeah, the loss has seriously not stopped at all. And as the atmosphere completely escaped, the temperature totally plummeted big time. The liquid water on the surface either straight up evaporated into vapor and then got blown away by the solar winds, or it froze right where it was. This freezing did not just happen overnight, it was a totally gradual retreat, just like a lake slowly drying up in a massive, endless desert. So today, if we literally visited the north and south poles of Mars, we would find massive white ice caps stretching out for miles. These caps are seriously not just made of water, they are also packed with dry ice from frozen carbon dioxide. Like, the thickness of those layers actually reaches up to 2 kilometers in some areas. Plus, massive amounts of ice are literally buried right under the surface of Mars in the mid-latitudes. The radar on board the European Mars Express probe actually discovered icy lakes at a depth of just a few meters. If this ice were to melt, it would totally cover the entire planet in a layer of water 10 meters deep. So Mars's surface today is totally covered in this superfine dust that has a rusty red color. This color literally comes from iron oxide, which is the exact same rust you see on wet iron. And this rust completely formed when the remaining water reacted with the iron-rich volcanic rocks before everything totally dried up. This dust literally never settles, because massive dust storms sweep across Mars, sometimes completely covering the entire planet. Back in 2018, scientists witnessed a storm that totally blocked out the sun for months, which sadly caused the Opportunity rover to shut down forever. These crazy storms lift the dust up to heights of 60 kilometers. And the biggest features on Mars are literally these massive extinct volcanoes like Olympus Mons, which stands at a whopping 3 times the height of Mount Everest. These volcanoes totally formed back when Mars's core was super hot and active. They were erupting for thousands of years, blasting out gases like water vapor and carbon dioxide that totally fueled that ancient atmosphere. And if you literally walked on the surface of Mars today, you would see dry valleys that look just like riverbeds on Earth. The Curiosity rover actually snapped pictures of rounded pebbles that could absolutely only form in a flowing stream of water. This totally means that the ancient river carried those stones over long distances until it completely polished them smooth. So if we really reflect on this insane transformation from a watery world to a totally frozen desert, it is clear that a magnetic field is literally the ultimate shield for life. Like, Earth is protected by the exact same mechanism today, but thankfully our core is still super hot and active. And the big question that completely pops up is, Will Earth's dynamo eventually burn out just like Mars's did? Honestly, it is going to take billions of years for us to ever find out.